মিছে সভবাণী আমি করে না যাইব বনে প্রবেশিব হরিলায় রস ধারে আমি করে না যাইব বনে প্রবেশিব রসের ধারে আমি ত্যাজি কুলরাজ ব্রজ ব্রজ রাজ বিনোদ মিনতি করে আমি ত্যাজি কুলরাজ ব্রজ ব্রজ রাজ বিনোদ মিনতি করে আমি যমুনা পুলিনে কদম্ব কাননে বিহরিণী সখিয়াজ আমি যমুনা পুলিনে কদম্ব কাননে বিহরিণী সখিয়াজ শ্যামবংশীধারী মণিমঞ্চ পরি লীলা করে রাসরাজ আমার শ্যামবংশীধারী মণিমঞ্চ পরি লীলা করে রাসরাজ আমি যমুনা পুলিনে কদম্ব কাননে বিহরিণী সখী আজ আমি যমুনা পুলিনে কদম্ব কাননে বিহরিণী সখী আজ কিহরিণী সখী আজ Hare Bol. So, this is a very beautiful song by Thakur Bhaktivinoda. And he is in a very elevated mood in this song. He addresses the Sakis. So we can listen and relish and appreciate it. But it's a very high song. He says, "Oh Saki, my dear girlfriend, what have I seen today? In a Kodamba grove on the banks of the Jamuna, I saw a beautiful blackish boy holding a long vamsi flute, seated upon a throne of jewels and performing his pastimes as the king of all transcendental mellows. This is a little too loud. Little too loud. Situated, that's better, situated upon the 8 petals of a jeweled altar is Sri Radha. Sri Radha and Hare, surrounded by their attendants, the 8 chief gopis, Ashtasaki. By singing sweet songs and dancing nicely, all the gopis satisfy the treasured divine couple. Thus I am beholding Krishna's pastimes with his beautiful female consorts expanding throughout the splendorous forest. For the sake of the mellows of such pastimes, I will not go back to my home. He says, but instead I will enter the forest, renouncing all shyness due to fear of my family members. So, just worship this Lord of Braj. This is the humble submission of Bhakti Vinod. So he is witnessing the Leela. It's I always say that Krishna's Leela is Nitya Leela, it's always going on. Where is it going on? In the hearts of his pure devotees. They can see it. From the Brahma Samhita, we learned Premanjana-charita bhakti bilochanena santak sadaiva hridayeshu bilokayanti yam sham sundara achintya swarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajam. They can see these pastimes, Lord Brahma says, because their eyes is a poetic way of speaking. Their eyes have been anointed with the ointment of prema, premanjana, love. With love, when there's love, you can see it's a different kind of seeing. So wherever these rasik bhaktas, devotees, Krishna is never out of their sight. And he's witnessing it and he's writing and sharing it with us. So, who will not want to listen to this? Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, this is so nice and so sweet. I don't want to go back home, meaning his home. But he's talking in the mood of a gopi. Because he says, I'll renounce all shyness due to fear of my family members. Because as you know, when gopis heard the flute sound of Krishna's flute, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta calls this the clarion call. The clarion call. They heard it and they had to go. And family members, husbands, mothers-in-law, this was at night. It was not allowed Varnashram was in play. Girls are not allowed to go out at night and meet young boy in the forest. It's like, that's a no-no. But it's Krishna, and they heard his name, their names in the flute. Krishna was such a master flute player that each of the gopis heard their own name and they had to go. They just had to go. So they stopped whatever they were doing immediately. Prabhupada was speaking on one lecture. Somebody was cooking, just leave the pot on the stove. Somebody was nursing a baby, put the baby down. Someone was serving the husband food. They stop and they go into the door. They're going. And as they're going to the door, their family members said, "Where are you going? It's night." "Where are you going?" And Prabhupada, in a very charming voice, he said, they answered, "Don't you hear the flute?" They heard it, but the family members didn't. This is Bhaktisiddhanta experiences the clarion call. When Krishna calls you, you have to go. Nothing can get in the way, nothing can stop you. I remember when I was coming to Krishna consciousness, it's like that. Prabhupada was calling us and nothing else mattered. Walked off the job. Nothing else mattered. And other people, they couldn't understand. They thought, "You're crazy." Right? But we have to go. Even as a boy growing up I was raised with Catholicism. All my education was in Catholic schools run by priests, and priests ran the boys' schools and the nuns ran the girls' school. And boys and girls were never to talk to each other. They were very strict. But if a member of a family, a Catholic family, if some son wanted to join the priesthood, or a daughter wanted to join the nunnery, the family, they were happy. They understood this is auspicious. This will bring good to our family. And they used to say, he or she has heard the calling. Yeah, same thing. They said, he's heard the calling, she's heard the calling. And you can't stop them. Can't stop them. They gotta go. It's wonderful. So, I want to sing another song that's not popular. I'm looking at my friend Anuttara here. It's by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We sang it over at your house, your mother's house. Sarvasva Tomara. Everything, it's all sweet. Is there a bitter one? Yeah. Sarvasva Tomara Charani. You know, the more we sing them, the more we hear them, the more we'll relish them, the more we'll appreciate them. You know, when I come to Krishna consciousness, when I first heard a song, you know, Udilo Aruna, it's like Greek. I don't know what it is singing, what is this? But as more you do it, there was a time in my life where every day, a few devotees, we would sit down and sing Udila Aruna and Jive Jago in the morning, early. And that, it became so sweet, so relishable. The sweetness was always there, but at first we couldn't appreciate it. But Prabhupada used to love to hear these songs. He used to, when he was in LA, he would, in the evening, there's no guest, no program or anything, you know, he's by himself. He would send one devotee to call another devotee, one of his disciples. His name was Jai Sachinandana. And he would sing. Prabhupada just wanted him to come and sit down with the harmonium and sing Bengali Bhaktivinoda Thakur songs for him. And he would just stay back and he's gone, listening to the songs. I mean, this boy Jai Sachinanda was very good. He's an American. He was very young. But he was very, very good. And this is so long ago, this is the 70s. And he would sing the Bengali songs so expertly, perfectly, that Prabhupada would just have him come and sit down and sing. So Prabhupada was relishing these songs. So, Sarvasva Tomara. Sarvasva Tomara Charani Sampiya Kori Tomara Hare Sarvasva Tomara Charani Sampiya Kori Tomara Hare Sarvasva Tomara Charani Sampiya Tomara Gauri Sarvasva Tomara Nisampiya Korichi Tomara Gauri Tumi tu Thakur Tomara Kukur Oliya Jana Ho More Tumi tu Thakur Tomara Karane Sampiya Korechi Tomara Gore Sarvasva Tomara Sampiya Korechi Tomara Gore Savani Jajan Prasad Seviya Uchista Prokibe Jaha Savani Jajan Prasad Seviya Uchista Prokibe Jaha Amara Bhojan Paramayanande Pradidin Obitaha Amara Bhojan Paramayanande Pradidin Obitaha Oshiya Suya Tomara Charan Chintibo Sakatayami Oshiya Suya Tomara Charan Chintibo Sakatayami Nachite Nachite Nikate Jaibo Jakono Takibe Tumi Nachite Nachite Nikate Jaibo Jakono Takibe Tumi Nijer Poshan Sabuna Bavibo Prodibo Bavira Bore Nijer Poshan Sabuna Bavibo Prodibo Bavira Bore Bhakti Vinod Tomare Palaka Puliya Varana Kore Bhakti Vinod Tomara Palaka Puliya Varana Kore Bhakti Vinod Tomara Palaka Puliya Jana More Bhakti Vinod Tomara Palaka Puliya Varana Kore Sarvasva Tomara Karane Sampiya Korechi Tomara Gore Sarvasva Tomara Karane Sampiya Korechi Tomara Gore Tumi tu Thakur Tomara Kukur Boliya Chana Ho More Tumi tu Thakur Tomara Kukur Boliya Chana Ho More Haribol. These songs are so wonderful. Sometimes I just sing them by myself with no instruments. And they're relishable. This one especially. Yeah? What? Yeah, it's like that. Among sweets, some of them you are more attached to. Sarvasva Tomara. Here's what it means. He says, Thakur Bhaktivinoda, now that I have surrendered all I possess, I've surrendered everything, I fall and prostrate myself before your house. So even his home, he doesn't think it's my house. We are in this minus consciousness. This is mine. I me mine. That's what you hear everybody saying. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said, no, this is your house, and I am just a servant in that house. He says, you are the Supreme Lord, therefore, Tomara kukur, kindly consider me your household dog. Consider me as your dog. In the West especially, people keep dogs inside the house. Some of those dogs, they live in so opulently, not like the street dogs you see here in Mayapur. They sleep in. Some people even put them in the beds. They sleep with them in the bed. I've seen it. In their cars, they go and drive in. Driver's on one side, and the dog is standing up, looking out the window. Dog's life is different there than here. So, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, consider me your household dog. You can chain me up nearby, outside the house, you can chain me up and maintain me as you like. I shall remain at your doorstep, and I'll allow no enemies to enter. I will not allow any nonsense people to come and disturb you. Dogs are very good at it. You go to somebody and have a dog outside, starts barking. Oh, oh, oh. What do you want? What are you doing here? You cannot come. The master has to come and tell him, it's all right. So he's Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying, you can consider me like your dog, chain me up outside, and I will remain there at the doorstep, and I won't allow any nonsense people to come and bother you. And whatever remnants, he's talking to Krishna, whatever remnants your devotees leave behind after honoring your prasad, that will be my daily sustenance. I'll live on of the remnants of your devotees. I will feast on those remnants with great ecstasy. While sitting up, while lying down, I will constantly meditate on your lotus feet. And whenever you call, I will immediately run to you and dance in rapture. I will never think of my own maintenance, but rather I'll remain transported by a multitude of ecstasies. So this Bhaktivinoda accepts you as his only support. See how nice? We can learn to pray like this. In the early days, somebody wrote Prabhupada asking, we can make our own prayers, compose your own prayers. And he said, better, there's so many nice prayers by the great devotees. Learn those and recite those. Like Queen Kunti's prayers in the Bhagavatam. Prabhupada was very fond of those. The prayers by Bhaktivinoda Thakur and others, Prahlad Maharaj's prayers are true. Because those prayers, there's no fault. Because they're pure. And whatever they're saying, whatever they write, there's no tinge of material desire or anything. They're not asking for anything material. People pray to God, I mean, that's good, at least acknowledging. But people pray always asking for something. Give me, give me, give me, give me. They want something from Him. In the Caitanya-charitamrita, I think it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bhukti Mukti Siddhikami Sakala Ashanta. The karmis, the sense enjoy, the yogis, they cannot be peaceful because they all want something. But Krishna Bhakta, they don't want anything, therefore they can be peaceful. So, we have to practice. Oops. Well, let's do something that we know we've done before. I don't have it like that, like you have. It's not categorized like that. Well, we can do the first song in Sharanagati. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Jive Doya Kori. Because you're here. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Jive Doya Kori. This is the first song in Sharanagati, by the way. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur lists what are the different features of Sharanagati. What does Sharanagati mean? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Swaparshada Sriya Dhama Sahayavatari Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Swaparshada Sriya Dhama Sahayavatari Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Swapashada Sriya Dhama Sahayavatari Sri Krishna Chaitanya Swapashada Sriya Dhama Atyanta Dulabha Prema Kori Baridana করিবার দান শিকায় শরণাগতি ভগতের প্রাণ শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু Jive Doya Kori Kapashada Diya Dhama Doya Patani Atmanivedana Putritve Varana Avashyara Shive Krishna Vishvasa Palana Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Kapashada Diya Dhama Doya Patani Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Kapashada Bhakti anukula matra kajera svikara Bhakti anukula matra kajera svikara Bhakti prati kula bhava bhajan angikara Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Kapashada Diya Dhama Doya Patani Sharanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahara Sharanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahara sanatana pade dante trinakori rupa sanatana pade dante trinakori Kandiya bole ami tuya Dhama Kandiya bole ami tuya Dhama Sharanagati Kuruhe Udama Sharanagati Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Gopa Dhama Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Sarvasva Dham Mayapur. Out of compassion for the fallen souls, Sri Krishna Chaitanya came to this world. Along with his personal associates and his divine abode. And why did he come? He came to teach Sharanagati, the process of surrender to the Almighty. And to freely distribute ecstatic love of God, which is ordinarily very difficult to obtain. This Sharanagati is the very life of the true devotee, real devotee. Lives by the principles of Sharanagati. So Mahaprabhu came for different reasons. He came, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, he came first of all to teach Sharanagati, how to surrender to God. to Krishna. When Krishna left, before leaving, he spoke Bhagavad Gita, and at the end of Bhagavad Gita, the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, he says, Sarva dharmam parityaja mamekam sharanam. Right? Just give up about everything else, all religion, everything. Just surrender to me. But after so many years, nobody was surrendering to Krishna. They don't know how to surrender to Krishna. People don't even know who is Krishna. So Krishna comes again as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to teach. And he's teaching by example. That is Acharya. He teach by example. And what was his example? Chanting names of Krishna, Hare Krishna mantra, and dancing. Very simple. Anybody could do it. Even children can do it. So, but we need to know there's always some do's and some don'ts. How to live. What is the how to behave. What is the behavior of a devotee? So that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught. And he taught it in the company of his devotees. He used them as examples. What not to do and what is good, what you should do. So, the ways of Sharanagati are humility, dedication of the self, acceptance of the Lord as one's only maintainer, the faith that Krishna will surely protect me, execution of only those acts, those activities that are favorable to pure devotion, and renunciation of conduct adverse to pure devotion. The youthful son of Nanda Maharaj, Sri Krishna, hears the prayers of anyone who takes shelter in him by this sixfold practice of Sharanagati. Bhaktivinoda Thakur places a straw between his teeth and prostrates himself before the two Goswamis, Rupa and Sanatan. Grasping their lotus feet with his hands, he says, I am certainly the lowest of men. Weeping and weeping, he tells them, but please make me the best of men by teaching me the ways of Sharanagati. It's already 7 o'clock, but we can chant Hare Krishna for a few minutes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Well, thank you all, everyone for coming. Chant with us. What today is Saturday? So we don't chant Saturday mornings, bhajans, but there's a Sunday program up at Nari Devi. So you're all invited to come. Who's coming? We have a special guest tomorrow. Hari is coming. So you're guaranteed to hear some Prabhupada Katha from him. He was one of several servants that Prabhupada had, personal servants. During the course of his preaching, Prabhupada had different people serving. What did you say? Yeah. And Harisari was the last one. I think before him was Shrutakirti. And Haribol. Before Shrutakirti, who was there? Nanda Kumar. Before Nanda Kumar was Upendra. I can't remember. There was another person. But I think the first person who was Prabhupada's servant was actually Govinda Dasi. Yeah. So, anyway, Harisari, as I know, he has written like 4 thick volumes of, he tried to document the time he spent in Prabhupada as Prabhupada's servant. These, if you want to know, these books are nice because you learn things about Prabhupada. Shrutikirti also has a book out called Yeah, What is the Difficulty? So, that's a sweet book. To hear about the lives and activities of the pure devotees. Prabhupada said once, is even better than hearing about Krishna. He said therefore it's better to hear about Arjuna and the Pandavas. Because by their life they're demonstrating what Sharanagati is. So we are fortunate to be so close to someone like Prabhupada. He exhibited such surrender that hasn't been seen for a long time. So that's at 11 o'clock tomorrow. So Hare Krishna. Good night, everyone.